Let's talk about the 5 ways that you can communicate more confidence in your conversations. Grab your cup of tea and let's dive into it. The way that you communicate in your conversations can either build on your perceptions of confidence and credibility, or it could be hindering your perceptions of competence. So let's dive into my first tip for how you can build confidence in your conversations. My tip number 1 is to slow down your speech. The science in psycholinguistics shows that slowing down your speech adds to perceptions of confidence and competence. When we speak too quickly, this can come across as nervousness or uncertainty about what we are talking about. By slowing down your speech, you also provide the added benefit to your listener of enhancing their comprehension. You're allowing them time to process what it is that you are saying. And this also signals confidence and thoughtfulness on your part as well. Tip number 2 is to skip filler words. These are words such as like and they detract from your main message. When you remove filler words from your language, it allows you to communicate more directly and more assertively. By doing this enhances perceptions of your competence and your confidence. It signals that you have clarity of thought in what it is that you are expressing. My tip number 3 is to pay attention to your posture, because your posture communicates for you. There is this concept called embodied cognition, which is this idea that the mind and body influence each other. So just think about, for example, the impact that a smile can have on your body. Whether you are smiling because you are genuinely happy about something, or if you are smiling to trigger that response in your body, the effect can be the same. This is something that Amy Cuddy talks about in her viral TED Talk. She talks about the impact that power posing can have on your confidence. With just a couple of minutes of power posing, you can project poise and champion confidence in your conversation. It doesn't matter how the body was triggered to have that response, it's still going to have the same effect on your emotions. My tip number 4 is to listen aggressively and ask questions. Often when we are talking about having confidence in conversations, this can be misconstrued as having to be overly assertive or potentially even aggressive in conversations. But what I love is this idea of listening aggressively. It's something that I discovered in Mark McCormack's book, What They Don't Teach You in Harvard Business School. In the book, he says, listen aggressively. The ability to listen, really to hear what someone is saying, has far greater business implications, of course, than simply gaining insight into people. Now, if you are someone who potentially struggles with listening in a conversation, or you find yourself wanting to be the person who dominates the conversation or controls the conversation, then you might find an idea that I discovered in another book, The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy, useful. He talks about the importance of asking questions, because the person that asks the questions controls the conversation. He says, as a rule, the person who asks the questions has control. The individual who is answering the question is controlled by the person who is asking them. On average, we can speak 100 to 150 words per minute, but we can listen to and process 600 words per minute, meaning the person who is listening has the advantage over the person who is talking. And my tip number 5 is to maintain moderate eye contact. Now, this isn't the generic advice to keep good eye contact in conversation to project confidence, because the key word here is moderate. That is what the science shows can be most impactful when you are communicating. Because when you have too much eye contact, this can come across as overly aggressive. And when you have too little eye contact, this can come across as evasive. So try and find that sweet spot to project confidence while also keeping your listener as comfortable as possible. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how you can communicate more confidently in your writing. So subscribe for more like this, and I'll see you in the next episode.